In the headlines, impressive turnout for the 19th edition of the World Creole Music Festival after Erica forced authorities to put it on hold last year. Former Haitian presidential candidate believes Haiti's problems should be seen from a regional perspective, and Gordon Henderson wants Kara's Calypso on the UNESCO Cultural Heritage List. I'm Andrea Lee with the Channel 5 News, back with the details after this. Thank you for staying with us. First up, returning with a bang for its 19th edition, Nigerian singer and songwriter Timaya kicked off the World Creole Music Festival to a very exciting start on Friday. Deslin Joseph has more.
The lineup included Caribbean culture and symphony of musical styles by Timaya, Midnight Groovers, Original Bouillon Pioneers, Creole, Grand Mission de Zouk, Popcan, and Triple K Global. Lead singer of Midnight Groovers advised artists to ensure that the message translated through their music is always positive.
Well, again, the first thing is to trust God, because, like, if we live in and we do have God within our heart, we go do things that is unacceptable. We'll do things that will please Satan and not God. But the very first thing is to know God, put our trust in Him. So even if we are musicians, we will do music that is good because we know God. But if we don't know God, we'll do music that will be pleasing Satan all the while, like all kind of music, that is arbitrary. Because music is what you say. The youth listen and they educate themselves in it. That's what I mean. So that is why we have to be careful with what we say in music with our tongue.
Lead singer of Creole said that he was very amazed by the public's response.
It was a pleasure to see the people, because it's been like 4 years that we didn't come here, and that's our second participation, and we're really satisfied. I mean, I feel bad, that I have to leave. Tomorrow. I could stay, the whole day in Dominica. I really love it. I mean, when you're here in the Caribbean, you feel like home, So I love it.
Comments on social media indicated that it was by far probably the best edition of Dominica's premier festival. We now take a look at one of the international artists' performance.
Night 2 of the festival marked Wyclef Jean's second performance at the event and Jamaica's Morgan Heritage's 7th gig on island.
Saturday night's show opened with Didi Saint-Puy of Martinique, who delivered a mix of zouk, compa, and taboo. Soca stars Mr. Keeler of Grenada, St. Lucian Teddyson John, and Kess the Band of Trinidad came in early on the lineup, performing before Lady of Song Ophelia Marie. Haitian-American hip-hop star Wyclef Jean pulled out all the stops one could see to bring down the house at the World Creole Music Festival on Sunday morning.
He's driving me crazy, and I didn't have the slightest idea until I saw you dancing. And when you walk up on the dance floor, nobody can ignore the way you move your body and everything so unexpected, the way you right and left. Everybody, let's go. You see Jay-Z, him have 50 bodyguards. You see Little Winnie, 150 bodyguards. You see me, give me some room, give me some room, give me
Dominica can consider itself lucky, having had Morgan Heritage close their tour of the Caribbean at WCMF before they go on a break.
For Morgan Heritage, we're currently back in the studio working on our new album. 2016 has been a very busy year for us. We won the Grammy this year for Best Reggae Album. And we've just been around the globe several times, over and over. And we finally decided that this is one of the later shows of the year for us. After this, we'll be doing a few shows in Hawaii and then Japan, and we're taking the rest of the year off to finish the new album. So the next big thing is the new album coming out next year, and planning, just working with other artists. Jamu's album coming out in January, that's a big thing for the family.
Ecstasy made their debut on the main stage of WCMF, and WCK closed the curtains on the show with new female vocalist Marsha Augustine. Idona John Baptist, Channel 5 News.
On a more serious note, Wyclef Jean, a former presidential candidate of Haiti, says the region should treat the situation in his homeland as a problem affecting the entire Caribbean.
Haitian authorities have said the destruction caused by Hurricane Matthew's passage in Haiti earlier this month amounts to almost $2 billion in damages. To Wyclef, Haiti as a CARICOM member deserves a massive response from its Caribbean counterparts.
We have to unite as the Caribbean, you know what I mean? And we have to work on getting better policies, through our parliaments to actually want to care about each other's islands, you know what I mean? So I would say, the first thing that I would like to see is the diaspora join forces together in America, because just off a remittance company, they transferring over $10 billion per month just to the Caribbean. So imagine if we already put our money together and said we wanted to be a force, you know what I mean? I think that we can be a force. Why can't the Caribbean be a whole force? Why every time a disaster happens, why do the Red Cross have to show up? Why don't you have your own boats? Why don't you have your own helicopters, Why don't you have a place that you store food so in case of aid we can do that? When you're transferring over $10 billion per month as the entire diaspora. So I think we all have to start thinking for each other.
Channel 5 News asked the Haitian hip-hop musician for his advice to CARICOM heads of government, and this is what he had to say.
The most important thing is the idea of trade for me, I feel like the entire Caribbean can be in a better position of trade. I feel sometimes with our natural resources, like we selling ourselves short, you know what I mean? And I think we as the Caribbean, we're very strong. Like, you have billionaires coming into your country and capitalizing off of you. And at the same time, you know, we're not capitalizing. So I think like if the leaders, you know what I mean, the prime ministers, the presidents, they really get together, strengthen policy, strengthen trade. When you have trade and make trade stronger, we can be stronger. You would be surprised with the whole Caribbean how much rice is getting imported to you when you should be exporting it, you know? So things like that.
Wyclef was disqualified as a candidate for Haiti's 2010 presidential election after he failed to meet the residency requirement of having lived in Haiti for 5 years before the election. Idona Jean-Baptiste, Channel 5 News.
Night number 3 of the World Creole Music Festival closed off on a high with 3 first-time artists to Dominica headlining the 3rd night of the weekend-long event. For the first time on the island's biggest musical stage, patrons were treated to the likes of R&B superstar Akon, versatile compa artist Tim Mickey, and German reggae singer Gentleman. The day's event started with the jazz band Breve, and though not their first time at the festival, having played in the food court in 2014, it was their first time on the big stage.
Practiced hard, and I think we executed, and it's a performance that can go under our belt and something that we can look back at with a lot of pride.
Following Breve was son of compa legend Sweet Mickey, T. Mickey, who delivered his brand of compa to the growing Sunday audience.
I enjoyed it. It's my first time in Dominica. The crowd reaction was nice. The people like the music. I'm so excited. It's a blessing for me to have this kind of experience for my first time, you know. Thank you so much.
The Prince of Bouyon and Daybreak specialist Asa Bantan was up next and brought the hype to the show.
Every time I talk inside this hall, there's everywhere you get your foot up from. Open on the station, play your song. Open you get this Brooklyn Club home.
I mean, this time was great. This time was pure energy, craziness. It was an all-round performance. If it was cricket, I would say all-rounder. If you have fans and you are good, your fans will come out as early as possible wherever they put you. If they put you last, your fans will stay for you. And whoever there tonight, then you will perform for them.
Things then mellowed down to accommodate the reggae superstar out of Germany, Gentleman, who played to an impressive audience on his first trip to Dominica.
Let's do it! Tell me what these fellas coming to. I really got to know what we are running to. Yeah, say we try to find a place, but we running out of space. Now what we are supposed to. Somebody tell me please where we running from. Is it the fighting or we lose your body on top, man? Yeah. Are you feeling Dominica?
I enjoyed it so much, you know, because every time you don't have expectation, it's gonna be beautiful, you know, because expectation kill the moment. So I went to Dominica and I said, okay, I don't know this place, I don't know the people. I just go on stage and see what's happening. I want to come back. I'm crying tomorrow when I got to leave, you know.
Dominica's Songbird then took to the stage to deliver her flavor of Kara's music.
It's very significant. I mean, the idea was to have people understand that Dominica is, you know, we're not sitting back on our laurels and just waiting for for things to happen. We're actually moving forward aggressively, and the country's open for business, and very important that we put on this show so the world can see that we are actually moving on and helping ourselves.
And to close off the night was rapper, producer, actor and businessman Akon, who delivered a one-of-a-kind performance. He also delivered many of his hits from many years ago. WCMF number 19 has been deemed by many to be the greatest show in years, pulling a massive audience on Friday night, the first in years, and displaying to the world that the Creole culture is not just alive but well and thriving in Dominica. Prime Minister Skerrit and his wife came out from their VIP booth to meet with Morgan Heritage backstage after their performance at the World Creole Music Festival. Here, the Prime Minister and his wife Melissa are seen greeting the members of the Jamaican reggae band. Improvements in logistics and overall production are being seen as the way to move the World Creole Music Festival forward. The observations came from renowned musician and performer Michael Henderson following her performance on Sunday night. While commending the caliber of artists who perform at the festival, Henderson pointed out that the festival is still growing, hence there are some areas that need to be fine-tuned.
I think we need to improve on the logistics, improve on the production a bit. But I think the acts are very, high-class acts. We have fantastic audiences, so just, improvements on the logistics. I mean, we are learning, we're growing. I don't think at all that the festival has plateaued or anything like that. I think there's a lot of growth to be had. And so we'll just work on the little areas that we need to fix. And I can see this being a very huge international festival.
Henderson also believes that the incorporation of many Creole cultures will help grow the festival to a wider international audience.
I personally have no problem with the change because I think we have a whole entire population of people all around the world who consider themselves Creole in different ways, you know what I mean? And I think it's best to include them rather than exclude them from the celebration of that. And so I believe, Jamaican Creole, Latin Creole, we had Buckwheat Zydeco here from Louisiana. I just think it should be very inclusive. I'm glad that the festival has taken that road. And there's room for everybody in this festival. It's a World Creole Music Festival, not just a French Creole or a Dominican Creole Music Festival.
Coming up, a word on independence from government and opposition. Welcome back. Calypso legend Gordon Henderson has commended the NCCU for its efforts to keep the Calypso art form alive. But Gordon, who will be honored at Wednesday's NCCU Calypso show, believes it is time to take things to the next level.
You notice when we have events like the World Creole Music Festival, people like to highlight artists and say, this is a Grammy Award artist. Now, but they speak about the Grammys as if it were something that you achieve without being in a category. Grammys fall under categories. You get a Grammy because you have the best sales in rock and roll. You have a Grammy because you have the best sales in country. You have a Grammy because you have the best sales in reggae. And we too can do what is necessary to have a Grammy in Calypso as well. And it doesn't take much, It doesn't take much. It is closely linked to the American market, so there are a few things that should be done, and you don't have to sell because there's no quota per se. If you have the best sales in reggae, then you get the Grammy for reggae. Similarly, it can be done. So we can look into that direction in bridging the gap.
To inscribe Calypso on the UNESCO Cultural Heritage List?
I have discussed it. I repeat, we, and when I say we, collectively, a whole lot of us, we should try to inscribe Calypso on the UNESCO Cultural Heritage List, because I've discussed with many people who know and they think that we fulfill all the requirements. And I think it would be good for Dominica as well. I am not sure if Trinidad has still been on it. They should, but I think that we could.
The NCCU Calypso show is in its 5th year.
So I want to thank NCCU for committing or recommitting every year to have the show. It's a show, and again, NCCU is demonstrating their commitment to the principles of the cooperative. And one of the principles of cooperative is giving back to community. NCCU has a penetration, reference members, it's close to over 55%. And the movement in the whole, the credit and movement in the whole, has a penetration members of 95%. So it's a Dominican thing. It's Dominican doing their thing and putting their step forward and supporting what is theirs. So again, I want to thank them for that, for the board, supervisory credit committee, management, the staff who has worked with us to ensure that the show is held every year.
Bands to perform on Wednesday are T-Orchestre, Breve, Signal Band, and Lucas Band. The 11 individual artists are John Mark, Dexter Peltier, Chris B., Jude Dorset, Delma Daniel, Val Coffey, Charles Leatham, Jude Deloney, Murphy John Jules, Kelly Williams, and last year's winning artist Anton Joseph. The Minister for Trade, Ian Douglas, has appealed to Dominicans to condition themselves to make some sacrifices in the interest of the country's development. Speaking at Market Day with a Difference on Saturday, Mr. Douglas said it was important to strengthen our individual commitment and to implement initiatives critical to our development now and into the distant future.
After Tropical Storm Erica, we embraced the concept building back better. We therefore need to continue to build back better our agricultural sector, to be resolute in introducing new and good agricultural practices, to embrace holistically the farm certification program and the implementation of the Fresh Produce Quality Control Act, so that only good quality produce reaches our market, and even just as important, leave our shores, so that our reputation for excellent products and produce is secured and maintained. This will ensure and confirm our place as the food basket of the region.
Market Day with a Difference this year held tremendous meaning for Dominicans. The event had to be shelved last year due to the impact of Tropical Storm Erica on the country's agriculture.
Agriculture sustained losses of over 127 million EC dollars, and the total loss suffered was equivalent to 90% of our GDP. Whatever gains we made in agriculture and other sectors of the economy were quickly eroded and in some cases reversed by Tropical Storm Erica. But the government of Dominica recognized the significant challenges imposed by this storm and the importance of the preservation of food security and keeping our external market commitments, which brings a well-needed foreign exchange into our economy. Therefore, in quick time, resources in the form of fertilizers and other inputs were mobilized to boost agricultural production. And in many respects, we have rebounded. And this is evident by the quality and the range of produce on display here.
In his independence message, the opposition leader has repeated a call for identification cards for voting, campaign finance reform, and an accurate voters list. Mr. Linton says we have serious nation-building problems that will not be solved by ignoring them or pretending they do not exist. He says rigorous, people-centered debate of legislation is important if we are to strengthen our commitment to nation-building. The opposition leader says we cannot strengthen our commitment to nation-building without free and fair elections as the backbone of our democracy. He says party colors must be put aside and hands and heart joined in the honest pursuit of the greatest good for the greatest number. The opposition leader goes on to say that 38 years is more than enough time for every citizen of Dominica to stand resolutely in defense of our Constitution and insist on good and just governance through which each and every son and daughter of this land will be able to celebrate our National Day with true pride and dignity. Prime Minister Skerrit has expressed hope that the excitement which fills the air this independence season will overflow into zeal for working together to rebuild Dominica in the aftermath of Tropical Storm Erica. In his message marking 38 years since Dominica's political independence from Britain, the Prime Minister noted that a house divided against itself cannot stand, making a case for collective action in rebuilding the country. The Prime Minister goes on to point out that Dominicans have, time and time again, shown a capacity to overcome adversity by transforming it into opportunity. He has also extended a warm and friendly welcome to those returning home this time of year, for which he says Dominica is gaining an enviable reputation. And $200,000 approved for Community Day of Service projects this year. The 110 projects are expected to place special emphasis on roads and drains. This is partly in response to the lingering impact of Tropical Storm Erica. In the southwest, that's Forcolé to Scott said, 23 projects have been identified, and in the west, 20 projects. In the southeast, Rosalie to Dalis, 8 projects. In the north, that's Portsmouth to Capuchin, Penville, Viecas, Paybush, and Benz, 17 projects. There are 13 projects in the northeast, Calibishi to Concord. 24 in the east, that's Castle Bruce, Good Hope, Petit Soufriere, Kalinago Territory, and Atkinson. And 12 in the south, Bellevue-Chopin, Granby, and Tetmon. Local government expects to complete delivery of all the cement and other material needed by Wednesday. Your sports segment will return in our next newscast. Your weather forecast is next.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's weather broadcast. I am your presenter, Annie Corrette Joseph. We start off this evening by taking a look at earlier satellite imagery, and what it shows is this area of convection associated with a southwards dipping frontal boundary. Visible satellite imagery shows multi-layered clouds over Dominica throughout the course of the afternoon. Radar imagery indicated some scattered showers across the area. Conditions for tonight, partly cloudy to cloudy, with some scattered showers. Tomorrow, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with some scattered showers and possible thunderstorm activity. Sea conditions, slight to moderate in open water with waves up to 5 feet. Taking a look at the next 3 days, the southwards dipping frontal boundary will result in partly cloudy to cloudy skies with some scattered showers and some thunderstorm activity on Tuesday, and Wednesday and Thursday, mostly cloudy skies with scattered showers and thunderstorm activity. Persons in areas prone to flooding, landslides, and falling rocks, you are advised to exercise some caution. Across the region tomorrow, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with some thunderstorm activity expected over the northern and central portions of the island chain, while the extreme southern portion will experience mostly cloudy skies with some scattered showers. On the international scene, partly cloudy skies
In New York, Miami, and London, some thunderstorm in Caracas and clear skies in Beijing. The sun will rise tomorrow at 6:02 a.m. and set at 5:36 p.m. For up-to-date information, log on to our website at weather.gov.dm or call the weather hotline at 447-5555. Thank you for viewing and join us next time. Good night.
To end the news, the headlines again. Impressive turnout for the 19th edition of the World Creole Music Festival after Erica forced authorities to put it on hold last year. Former Haitian presidential candidate believes Haiti's problems should be seen from regional perspective, and Gordon Henderson wants Calypso on the UNESCO Cultural Heritage List. Feel free to contact us at news@MarpinNewsOct31st2k16. You can also access our past newscasts on our YouTube channel. On behalf of the entire production team, I am Andrea Louis, and to all our viewers around the world, thank you so much for watching. Join us tomorrow.